Welcome. How you doing, Shaun?
Oh, mighty fine, good brother. How you doing?
Good, man. Good. I'm so excited to talk to you. You and I originally connected through a chamber event, but like instantly, I think it's how I was like, man, I gotta know more about this guy, right? Because there's a lot of similarities in you and some of my friends and some of my background and
hmm
everything else. So, for those who don't know, today I got on Shaun Murphy, Mr. Motivation, which is a great evolvement from several different things he's been working throughout the years. So let me start off with just Shaun. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
Yeah, so it's been, thanks for having me. First and foremost, I
Okay.
appreciate you giving me the opportunity to, share my story on your platform. So about me, I'm a Brooklyn dude through and through. By way of Barbados, my mom's from Barbados, so
Uh-huh.
shouts out to my Caribbean folks watching and listening. Been in Lancaster about 10 plus years. Moved here. My wife, she's at LGH, doing great things,
Nice.
bringing children into this world.
Amazing.
Got my daughter. She's 5, future Olympic champion in gymnastics, and my son
Awesome.
Max. He's 3, so we figuring him out. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, Army vet. I live life of service. Spent 8 years active duty. Now I've been in the education space since 2009. I taught middle school in Delaware, high school in Philly, and now I'm at Hack where I teach a course on how to be successful in college. The irony there is, my first try at college, I dropped out with a 1.7 GPA, and
Yeah.
15, 16, 17 years later, I got my master's in education, and I teach how to be successful in college. Entrepreneur into real estate, travel, event stuff. But in this season, it's really about pouring back into others. So the Mr.
Yeah.
Motivation was kind of born out of a lot of failures I've had, and just coming up with like a blueprint of how you can sidestep the landmines that I did. So now I just pour into middle school, high schoolers, college, aspiring entrepreneurs, and definitely my military veterans, because that's what
Yeah.
sparked Mr. Motivation story kind of platform, right? I did 8 years doing great things, and I went from this mission essential troop to like broken, unemployed Shaun, and it was it was a journey to hit my rally.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I know, and now as I was mentoring over the years, I meet a lot of dudes that been through similar stories like mine. I said, man, I got to pour back into these dudes and give them, kind of what I didn't have. So,
Yeah.
roundabout, long story, overview, high level. That is kind of how I got here today. And let's dive in. Talk to me.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, you and I have a lot of very similarities as far as like underproducing earlier in our lives, just maybe not because we understood the journey correctly. Like our journey has been different,
Check.
right? I think a lot of folks go through this same journey. It's no longer the, hey, I'm really coming out of high school with I have my idea of what I want to do for the rest of life, and I had this
Mm-hmm.
great motivation. There's this learning, right? You
Yeah.
learn about your life. You got to learn how to pivot. You got to learn how to accept what you learn from the last part of your life journey. And I wasn't a very good student.
Mm-hmm.
But going into college, same thing. But
Check.
coming out of college, I did fairly well, and then I just applied myself differently. I
Right.
learned different. I don't know if you. I have dyslexia. I don't know if you
Okay.
have any kind of or experienced that kind of stuff where So my reading comprehension level's low, but
Mm.
I learned how to pivot because of that. So tell me a little about the course you're talking about with the teaching the kids of that.
Yeah. So, two things. So I came with this my program is the Wake the Beast way, right? We
Yeah.
all have cell phones, and our cell phones have apps, and these apps don't work unless it has the operating system. So I teach that you have to have an operating system for your life, kind of like a code you live by. So the
Yeah.
5M framework is mindset, money management, um, massive movement, right? And this is kind of what I pour into them, like having that like growth mindset. Starts with the mind. This is the gold mine in between the ears, and I'm pouring into them with the mindset, because a lot of times we talk about, it's just hard, I'm trying, and a lot of these words you use, your mind's listening and it takes it on. So you have to speak that positivity. And that's pretty much the basis of my 5M framework, which it was tailored towards military veterans coming out, struggling, helping them get back on track. But it's applicable in many settings, high school, unsure. My job been, I'm the guy. A lot of people don't know, why do I need a coach? And you think, you need somebody to help you navigate those waters. Michael Jordan, he as great as he was, until he got Phil, the triangle, that's when it started making magic, So I'm a guide, and I share, lived experiences with people in their line, and they kind of able to navigate through. The other thing they're missing is systems and processes. What's your morning routine like? Some people like routine. I just get up and figure it out. But no, successful people have a routine. So that's kind of been my approach and my teachings. Ultimately, people have it within. I'm not motivating anybody. I'm just sharing with you my story, or I'm figuring out how to connect with you so you can activate the beast within. That's why it's Awake the Beast, because everybody got the beast. Some people got the beast sleeping at the wheel. We got to activate that joker and then put them to work. Oh
yeah. So what, like, if you were to say to this is resonating with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, what's step one? What's the easiest kind of, get out of bed and start doing?
Yeah. I mean, and that's a great question. I think it's deciding I'm tired of where I'm at, right? If you're in the pit, you got to assess, you got to say, who am I? Where am I? Where are you in life? And kind of like, why are you here? That's like the pre-flight checklist. You know what I'm saying? When you start identifying these things, you got to look around you. Are you comfortable with your circumstances? And you just have to decide. That's the first thing. Decide, you know what? Something got to change. And it starts there. And then you start aligning your steps. Then you start, whether it's, mentors that you can go hang out with in person or virtual. I started virtual. Les Brown, Bob Proctor. I started studying these dudes. You know what I mean? And they start speaking to me. And then you like, wow. You listen to Les Brown. He's a storyteller.
Oh, I love it.
And then his laugh, and you just get fired up. It's like, you don't want a good year. You want a good decade. And you like, yeah. You know what I mean? So those are the things. So then you start reading. This stuff this costs you nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. You start reading, or you go on YouTube and listen to the book. I tell people, I listen to, what's the book? Russ. It's All in Your Head. Dope book. Quick read. And it speaks to just having, I'm a big believer on optimism. I think, any
amen to that.
Yeah, I just find the good in whether it's bad, the challenge is what am I supposed to get out of this that's empowering? And then I run with that. And in that book, it talks about having, a delusional self-confidence. You got to believe in you first. A lot of us, we wait for, brother, sister, friend to you don't buy into my
vision. Someone else patting you in the back. It's not gonna happen.
No, you gotta do it, and then strangers gonna buy into you. Hello, not your friends and family. Strangers buy into you, then your friends and family like, oh, I know Ben for years. I always knew he was a dope dude. That's how it works. But we chasing friends, followers, fans. You gotta focus on you, because you have everything in you to go next level. You just got to align your steps. And I mean, at the end of the day, you got to continuously seek self-improvement. And your gifts will make way for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, that's a really sharp point of all that, So you're talking about you went from the military to coming out. So Mr. Motivation is the latest brand, right? This is kind of the pinnacle of which everybody's come to. So talk about that as its own kind of unique brand.
So Mr. Motivation, and I'll back up.
And I love the branding, by the way. From a marketing guy, love the brand, love the hat, love the box that came in. I saw the video. I was just crushed by it. I need your guy. Whoever that guy is, I need that guy.
I got you, my boy. So the Mr. Motivation, man, it was like, when I teach or mentor, I'm reaching, that person. It may spill over to a sibling or a friend, maybe a parent. But it's like, how do you increase impact? You know what I mean? So I said, I got to create this platform. And it started there with the mentorship piece and the teaching. But one thing I did, Ben, this last year I said, you know, how do I get across, like overseas? How do I cross borders? And I thought about music. Now, I'm no musician by trade, right?
I don't know. I'm glad you go. I'm glad you go with this.
You see what I'm going? Listen, I can do anything though, Ben. Anything I put my mind to. See, we get confused. You think you gotta be smart, or you think you gotta have talent to be successful? No, you just gotta have focus and put the effort behind it, right? So I figured out. I said we're gonna do music. I was listening to a guy. I forget his name. And he was just talking, dear hard work. I used to hate you. But he had some beats on it. I was like, okay. So I called my beat guy in Atlanta. I'm like, yo, Pig, I got to do an album. He's like, Murph, what are you talking about? And I sent him the thing. And he listened. He said, oh, we could do this. You could do this. And I got the beats. So I said, what's next? He said, start writing. So, Ben, let's hold that there. My daughter's 5, right? My expectations, I probably shouldn't have expectations, but my standards for where she needs to be is up there.
Oh, I'm a dad too. I get it.
You already know. So I'm saying, baby, you know, in life, you got to have a vision. You got to dream big. Then you find the people you need to help this vision come to life, activate them, and then you get to work. So I tell her this all the time. So now we have a real life example. So me doing this project, she was right there with me. She watched me with the writing. Shouts out to Terry and Matt. He's a young talent in Lancaster, and Sir Dominique Jordan. They were instrumental in bringing this thing to life. And they would bring the mobile studio to my basement. So now we're in the basement. How can I stop right now? I mean, it's rocking, and my daughter, she rocking out. So she's on the first track of the album.
Okay.
And she's featured on another track. So she's in the thick of it. And then so after November hits, we dropped the single, and I just talked it through. I said, baby, I had a vision for this musical project. I identified some people who are smarter than me. We got to work. You saw me working, and this is the product. So she got to see that hands-on. That's more powerful, Ben, than that track doing Sudoku numbers, whatever that means, right?
Yeah.
That's powerful. And then I'll close with the second pieces. I got some IG DMs, man, from dudes out in Europe, like, yo, that song was powerful, impacted my life. And I'm like, dang, that's what I'm talking about. You know, so that's when I came with the Mr. Motivation, it's like, how do you talk about impact and cross boundaries and borderlines? And we're doing that with that's the song. So now I'm gonna check this out, man. I'm gonna merge worlds where I give the talk. You know,
absolutely.
Do this.
Absolutely.
This is why. Matter of fact, DJ, drop the beat. How can I stop right? So it's gonna be like a show, like entertainment. You know, so that's kind of where the brand's going. So we're gonna
hold on.
Oh,
edutainment.
Hey, listen, motivational edutainer. Yes,
you just taught me that before we went on. I'm not taking credit for that. Yeah.
Yo, it's funny. So I'm gonna give my credit to Sir Dominique Jordan. He dropped it the other day. Shouts out to True to You. We just did a neighborhood cleanup, and I hit him like, "Yo, Dom, I need to borrow that." He's like, "Bro, that's KRS-One." So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna put motivational edutainer, and that's gonna be my thing."
That's amazing, man. I'll tell you what, anyone who's listened to this song is good too. This isn't something he just made and it's like, okay, it's you know, for his business. No, it's a good song. You got to get into it. So we'll put that in the show notes because you definitely gotta check out that. So it doesn't mean you're an artist. You went to we're military transformation, young lives. It's great. So all right, if people want to join your tribe, because essentially that's what it is, right? I mean, you're taking a journey with you, taking a journey with other people who are within your tribe. How do people join your tribe? How do they find you? What's the easiest way?
So a few things, man. I mean, IG, I'm heavy. Mr. Motivation, MISTER, motivation with the motivation. The O's are zeros. The O's are zeros. This is the website. www.mr-motivation.com. This is where I focus on helping military men. So the focus here is just, helping And I focus on the dudes because I'm a dude, right? Because I get inboxed all the time. Well, what about the females? You know, I do coaching with females as well, but I focus on, you know, kind of like what I know specifically. And I help them find clarity, confidence, and consistency, right? And that's the kind of the gist of, you know, helping persons with the coaching program, with the mastermind group. It's just waking the beast. B stands for be blessed. Be an empire builder. A, be authentic. Stay yourself. Stay true to you. You know, I show up how I am. You know, people going to judge you, but you got to show up. See, when I start talking, and they're like, wait, you do what? You on 3 boards? You do this, that. See, you seen the hat and you got thrown off. Ask me my story. You know what I'm saying?
I did. That's where I got impressed. Yeah.
Ask me my story. Don't go, because I'm rocking the brand. This is me. I'm a Brooklyn dude through and through, but I'm as corporate as it can be when it's time to be. I'm an entrepreneur when it's time. I stay leading. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I love to lead with middle schoolers and high schoolers, because they focus on what everybody see if they accept it. But do what you got to do. Pour into others. They got to rock with you. Or if they don't, just keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that in a nutshell, I lost track. You know, I be going.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah. This is the format. I love it. Love it. I just like talking to you. So you bring so much energy to me, right? And this is obviously over the internet. But man, when you and I were together, I just felt like you and I could have just talked for hours. You know, we were all trying to network. So, you know, we had to. You know, had to kind of shake some hands and folks, but I was really happy to get to know you. Honestly, I think you got some amazing things going on, like happening. So,
I mean, you know,
you're hitting your stride.
I definitely want. We got to stay connected. We got to hang out. Yeah. However, I can help you. You know, what I mean, that's usually when I meet people, I lead with, you know, how can I help you? You know, go to my LinkedIn. Yeah. Is anybody in my network that, you know, you want to connect with? I'll facilitate the connection, because relationships that are parasitic don't last. It got to be that, you know, give and take. So I definitely, that's why I'm so appreciative you allow me to come spend some time with you on your platform.
Yeah. Well, you know, that tees up my next thing of how we came today. So this whole idea, PA Business Spotlight, is sponsored by Smoker & Company, which is a CPA firm here in Lancaster County. But we are really trying to do outreach into business leaders, right? So not necessarily just doesn't have to be an owner, but business leaders. Someone who's active in a community. It doesn't even have to be a business, just community leaders in general. Those who are making a difference is people I want to talk to. And you know, Smoker's been allowing me to do this, and they have also some other businesses. We have a One Source Business Solutions, which is a brokerage company, which actually help buy and sell businesses. We have Keystone Credit Services, which is a debt collection company. They have Smoker Wealth, which is obviously wealth management, other things like the law, Smoker Guard. So there's a lot of things going on within this community. So I'm really happy with that. And so for those who are seeing this for the first time, I would encourage you to also, if you have anybody, have them reach out to me. Like the page, of course. This is a Facebook page and LinkedIn, all that kind of stuff. And that actually helps spread the word and really gets everybody's names out there. So that's really the community of what I'm trying to build here, and bringing on really cool people like Shaun and so we got to hang out off camera. You and I were talking about a couple of people, like, I got to introduce you to so-and-so. You got to introduce me to so-and-so.
Yeah,
so
facts.
We'll make this happen, man. Cause I think you and I are very kind like that together, where we can help each other out, and we do it because we like it.
And Ben, so I'm gonna grab you on one of these Fridays, because one thing I do, I do a day in the life with Murph, and so me and you, we just grab lunch and then have another stop, and my videographer comes hang out with us, and we just talk and shop regular, kind of like this, but we on the move. So I got you on my platform next.
All right, I like it. I like it. All right, so everybody, again, thanks for watching. Shaun, thanks for coming on. Mr. Motivation, you can find him on all the social platforms. It's really not hard, honestly. Just kind of Google him. That's how I found you before I connected through everything. It's Shaun Murphy. Shaun, again, thanks, man. Appreciate you stopping out. And everybody, these will be dropping about every week. typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And if you know anybody who you think would be a great interview, I'd really enjoy the connection. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.